tomorrow due to our travel day. So again, as per Pat, if you have a question for Travis, we'll get underway. Nick Savage.
Travis, firstly, very quickly, how was your experience after testing positive to COVID-19? Did you experience any symptoms, and how have you been feeling over the past week?
Yeah, and fortunately enough, no symptoms. Felt fine through the whole period. I'm obviously unfortunate to go positive. Unsure how I contracted it, but went through the protocols, did my 7 days, and yeah, thankfully no issues. And it was nice to be back with the boys, be able to train over the last few days and be back around the group was nice.
Any more questions there, guys? Scott Bailey.
I'm just wondering, mate, I know you say you had no symptoms and whatnot, but just spending 7 days essentially in isolation, were you able to do much as far as, did you get gym work in or anything like that? And has it taken you a couple of hits to sort of get the juices flowing again in that sense?
Well, I was fortunate enough to get into an Airbnb for, I think, the last 4 days. But no, limited stuff. Was nice to be able to get the Airbnb, I guess, get some fresh air and be able to be around the backyard and just be able to move around. But not in particularly much I could really do in terms of gym and stuff. But I haven't really, I guess, when you're in and out of squads and playing, I'm sort of match fit at the moment. Not really reliant too much on weights and whatnot, and that's been throughout my career really. So, but it was nice to get here and have a run the other day and bat. And no, I feel everything's in nice order. Yeah, face a pink ball for the rest of this week, and didn't take long to get back into gear. It's sort of only a week out of the game, and after I guess a big first half of the summer, thankfully without symptoms, it was a refresher, I guess, and I can make sure I go into the last test ready to go and ready to perform.
Ed Horn.
Hey, Travis. Mate, we've just had Pat Cummins come in and say it's going to be very difficult to leave Usman Khawaja out after twin hundreds in a test. Are you confident that you will walk straight back in?
We'll wait and see. Look, I think he played beautifully. I think we spoke about that going into the series when it was questioned who would be in that side, and we felt like both of us were in great touch. And it's great that I think I've spoken about the bench and then the guys that have played a crucial role in this series with the ball, but we knew that one is versatile and the way he can play, and if there was a spot ever to open in the side, that he would take that opportunity. And I think he's taken it with both hands. He's been amazing. So yeah, look, there's going to be some tough decisions. Those conversations haven't been had. We'll get to Hobart and then we'll prepare. I think everyone in the squad will prepare as well as they can. I think it's been a long series. We're 4 games in. I think all hands on deck, and I think we've seen that throughout all the squads, both teams, that everyone's going to be needed at some stage and everyone's prepared. So I think everyone will do that, and we'll wait and see where we get to.
Travis, I just wanted Marcus Harris. How have you sensed his mood last day or so? I guess since Usman made those runs, I guess he had a good game in Melbourne, but he probably doesn't have the century behind you that you have. But yeah, how's he sort of been around the group?
Hasn't changed, and I think that's the beauty of the whole squad, is that look, we celebrate each other's success, we love each other's success. We're currently 3-0 up. We've played a great week again. You can't look. It's been amazing, and I think he's the same, playing for Australia, doing a job. He was fantastic in Melbourne, played a huge role in us winning a game. His attitude hasn't changed, and Marcus is an amazing character within the group. He's huge energy within the group. I think you've seen that in the way he fields and the way he's around that field, and you can hear him over the stump marks and whatnot. And what the energy that he brings not only on the field, it's exactly the same off the field. And he's calm, consistent. He's himself, and he hasn't changed that. He'll be disappointed that he didn't get runs in this game, and he had a great opportunity. I felt like he batted and lined the ball up beautifully. When I was watching in isolation and sort of stuck and glued to the TV and watching him play, I felt like he lined it up well and played beautifully at the start, and it set a really good platform with him and Davey as a partnership. So, look, he'll be disappointed, but again, we'll best prepare ourselves for Tassie and be ready to go.
Dan Bredig.
G'day, Travis. Obviously, you don't often get the opportunity to review how you've gone in a test series by having 7 days isolation in the middle of it. How did you reflect on the way you played to begin the series, and I suppose what you'd want to take from that to Hobart to suit up again?
Yeah, I've been happy with the way I've played. I think I've read the conditions well and some of the conditions up and the situation of the game well. And that was what was asked of me at the start of the series. And I spoke about it a few days ago that I'm under no illusion that the boys at the top of the order have done a fantastic job to bat behind those boys in that order. They've set an amazing platform over the first 3 tests. And I was able to capitalise on that a few times. And I knew that over the next sort of from Adelaide that it was going to be tough going in Melbourne, sort of Sydney, and I was bracing myself for an opportunity would arise where I needed to play a different way, and that may be in Hobart. So I guess having sat around and watched, I'm just keen to get back into the group, and that was awesome on day 2 to be able to back around the group. And but no, I know the opportunity will arise in the near future where I'm going to have to play a different way, but I've been happy with the way I've moved, the positive nature that I've played, and when the game's dictated what it's been needed, I've been able to sum it up well. And then it's nice summing it up well, but also going out and performing and doing it. And I've been able to do that, but I've been lucky enough to be in some nice positions with the bat.
And just secondly, it's been a while since you've been sort of part of the Aussie sort of white ball program, although obviously, the explosive way you were able to play at the Gabba in particular, I guess, was a reminder that, that format's those formats are pretty good for you. Like, how do you I'd imagine you'd want to get back there, and have you had any conversations to that end with the selectors?
Around white ball, probably only 50 over cricket is probably the only other thing that's on my mind at the moment. T20 is probably a fair way off at the moment, and just where I've been at with just playing the game. And that's just being brutally honest and where I'm at. I feel like I've played well for South Australia in some 50 over games. I've been really lucky. Well, I've been really happy that I've been able to play the format of the game. I've missed out on white ball cricket a fair bit over the last couple of seasons, so I haven't had any conversations now other than at the start of the year and what was needed, and that was the pretty plain and simple: go out and get runs and bash the door down. So I think, as you've seen, runs are the currency throughout. That's pretty much the standard conversation that you have with the selectors: is go out and get runs and perform. And when you get yourself an opportunity, make sure it's big runs. And but I think just it's been nice to play 50 over cricket for South Australia, and that opportunity arises, I'd love to take that. We'll wait and see over the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure when that team is going to be announced or selected, and that's not really my thought pattern at the moment. It's about Tassie, and then worry about that when it happens.
Thanks, Trav.
Thank you.
We'll got a couple more here, so just one each. I'm just conscious that Trav's got to have some dinner shortly. So Andrew Ramsey.
Oh, good day, Trav. Just wondering if you've ever played a pink ball game at Hobart, given I think they last hosted one in 2016, and if you haven't, how difficult is it to move between formats and play at a ground where you haven't faced the pink ball before?
I haven't. I guess being at Adelaide and being fortunate enough to in Shield Cricket host New South Wales every time before a test match for about 4 or 5 years, didn't get my chance to get down to Tassie. Played one obviously in Brisbane, played one a couple in Perth, Optus, Wacker, Adelaide. I feel like, throughout it doesn't change too much, I guess, the way I'll go about it. I'll lean on some guys. I know some guys have played some over here in the past, so we'll lean on those guys. We'll get the stats, we'll get the footage over the next 2 or 3 days. I know Dink will be amazing at that, and that's one thing we've done really well is planned around what that looks like. We'll do the same thing for that venue, and then we'll have an idea leading into training and what we should be best prepare myself with. But look, what I'm expecting, not dissimilar to every other pink ball we've played. The ball swing it in stages. The ball will be great to bat within stages. It's about summing up the conditions really well, the game situation really well, and trying to best prepare yourself and best plan for that.
Dan Cherney, and we'll finish off with Louis Cameron.
Oh, good day, Travis. Just a bit of a strange one. I think a couple of days ago, it looked like you were going to come on as a sub fielder, maybe for David Warner, and you didn't. Do you know what happened there and what the go was there?
I was on the team sheet, which is, in the past we've been able to swap and change. I don't know if many people had an issue with it, but there was an issue with it. So we didn't end up clearing it up. We didn't worry about, there's too much to worry about in the game to worry about if I have to field or not. So the other boys did it, which is, is what it is.
Fair enough.
Louis.
Hey, Trav, maybe could you just talk me through batting in Hobart and Shield cricket? It seems like it's been a place where batters have almost gone, you got to kind of get it before it gets you almost. I mean, do you expect you might have to take the same approach for the test match?
No, I don't think so. I think we've seen probably the third. I think Shield cricket's going to be a lot different than Test cricket. You probably look at the Gabba and feel like it's probably a more bowler-friendly wicket at the Gabba in Shield cricket compared to Test cricket where it's a beautiful place to bat. I'm expecting Hobart to maybe be a bit similar to that. We see day 3 and 4 at Blunston can be really, really nice to bat. Some big scores gets chased down. You sort of bowl first and sort of chase the game. But I think in Shield cricket over 4 days, you're trying to find an advantage to win a game of cricket and accelerate the game of cricket. And I think at Blunston it is at the start of the game. But for a test match, traditionally 5 days, that extra time, we've seen a couple of Shield finals there where the wicket has been very good for batting. It just depends what that looks like. But we know throughout there may be great times. It may be at the start when it bowls. It may get flat and go up and down at the finish. We don't know that. I think what we do know is that there's going to be opportunities for the ball, but there'll be some great opportunities with the bat on certain days when, if the sun comes out, you can see big runs scored there. So I'm expecting a really, really good wicket.
Was the sun shining for you 192 there, Trav?
I just slogged that day. Basically, I batted horribly for about 50 runs and then I did tear 'em up. So, I'm expecting a lot better wicket.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Again, a reminder that's embargoed until 11 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll catch up with all you guys in the next few days. Thank you.
Thanks, Trav.
Thanks, Trav.
Thank you.